The energy industry is going all in on cloud, boosting efficiency, agility, and innovation along the way. And SLB is at the center of it all with their Delfi and Lumi platforms, and now the new XD suite like Petrel XD and Techlog XD. They're connecting dots between on-premises and cloud like never before. So, what's next for the future of digital transformation in the energy sector? We're talking all about it in this episode of the Energy Connects podcast with Edo Hoekstra, Business Line Director for Subsurface Work at SLB. Edo, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today. Let's start with the vision behind XD strategy. How is XD helping SLB support organizations on their digital transformation journeys? And if you can provide for us specific examples on this, please.
So thank you for your question. And indeed, the XD strategy is underpinned by the fact that our SLB applications, Petrel, Techlog, Petromod, have been a central part of our customer workflows for decades and for many, many more years to come. And we see that these solutions have been evolving very rapidly over the last couple of years with the introduction of OSDU, the data platform for our subsurface data, and also the integration and adoption of machine learning and AI with solutions in our solutions are really what brings the next level of efficiencies to our customers. And these efficiencies are really realized. Our customers are enjoying how the workflow acceleration is happening, faster insights being generated by HPC, more scenarios and uncertainty being assessed. And this is what kind of makes a difference for all of us in the industry. Now, the XD strategy is an integral part of that. The solutions that we are bringing to market, Petrel and Techlog and Petromod, they of course need to play a central role and an integrated role in the evolution of our solutions and embracing and integrating fully with data and AI from Lumi and the differentiating workflows in Delfi. And our flagship products are now that integral part of the system that takes us to the next level of integration, automation, and AI. And it's super exciting to see that this is now fully realized.
As you mentioned, XD has many functionalities with Delfi and Lumi at its core. Can you break it down for us and tell us the capabilities that stand out in these technologies compared to, of course, traditional on-premises tools, and what kind of workflow improvements or productivity improvements can we expect?
No, a very good question, and thanks for kind of pointing that out. So obviously, there are two levels of value that we can bring to our applications, right? We can improve our applications as they are today, and that is, for example, with the integration of the Lumi data platform, very clearly realized, right? So in the XD version, we are able to manage Petrel projects and 3D seismic in a much better and smarter way. We are increasing the efficiency for the end users. We are also lowering cost. So it's actually also a two-sided benefit. In addition, we are able to offer interoperability with other applications through the OSDU data platform. That's the data side, but also there's the workflow side. And the workflow side through Delfi is delivering a number of interesting and very exciting improvements. For example, we are now able to integrate our subsurface data much smarter with drilling and operational sites. So drill plan and drill ops for that matter, allowing us to reduce the cycle time for iterating between subsurface and drill plans, going from weeks to days to hours. Another example is around the way we are dealing now with uncertainty assessments. So we are now able to do uncertainty assessments across static and dynamic modeling. And not waiting for days and weeks, but actually you can do it within hours. And the third element I want to call out is around field development planning. So field development planning really integrates both the subsurface aspects of characterization, together with drilling, together with production forecast and economical frameworks to really ensure that company KPIs are met with the variant ways of looking at the field development plan and the scenarios. And those type of integrations are changing the game, right? Those are the ones that we are delivering an integration that takes subsurface workflows way beyond their current integration. So in this amazing landscape, it is of course critical that the XD version of Petrel and Techlog is delivering that integration so that we can iterate fastly in these scenarios. And the last element I want to call out, there's a lot of excitement around AI and AI assistance. And also here we have done some great work where we are integrating the large language models into our petrophysical workflows. And of course, in this area, it's much more to come, and we'll talk about that a bit later.
As you mentioned, you have many of your customers who have been using these technologies. So what kind of feedback have you been receiving, and were there any surprises along the way or lessons learned that you can share with us?
No, it's a very, very valid question and very good to point out, right? So we all have to understand and realize that the customer journey, the digital journey everybody takes is different from each other. And we want to make sure that we are catering and we are making sure that the workflows and the journey are met with the pace of the customer, that the customer sets, right? And this is exactly where XD is so great, right? We can bring the users and the customers along the journey in small steps. We don't change the landscape dramatically. We're actually taking them in steps, and each step delivers value. So you can actually incrementally bring more value to your company without introducing a lot of change management, right? So importantly is that each step that you take, that you are able to measure the outcome, that you can measure the impact, and that you can demonstrate to your users and to your stakeholders that we are on a path of increasing benefits and increasing value realization for the company. And I think that's one key point, that when we as an industry are introducing new technology, we need to make sure that it brings value. Every step needs to bring value so that we are actually improving on the way we work. It should not be worse, it should be better. And I think that realization and the way to measure that properly is one of the key aspects that makes us successful in that sense. Some customers are doing this very structurally. They are really measuring the workflow efficiency. They're looking at the turnaround time improvements. They look at cost savings and really make sure that the business case of the change is properly documented. And I think that's a fantastic way to actually approach any change that you're introducing in your company, and I really applaud that. The other point, maybe that's the one that is more reflecting on myself. If I look at a couple of years ago, I was a bit skeptical to think that customers will be changing their software on a very frequent basis. In the 5 years ago, it was maybe every year that the software upgrade was happening. But I'm very happy to see that actually our customers have changed a lot there, and that we are actually able to make an update in the software every week. And that we are really able to speed up the turnaround time of features and capabilities to our customers on a way better frequency than ever before. And I just want to give one example where a key customer using XD on the integrated Petrel and Techlog environment, they were able to actually upgrade twice a year to a major release. And that was something that was not seen before. And even to the point that they are able to turn this around for the whole enterprise within a month. And I think that's fantastic to see that we are now in the state that actually enable us to do so. And finally, I want to say that XD, we are deploying that in our SLB solutions in Delfi across the board. All these solutions are fully integrated with Delfi and Lumi. And to the same point, we are able to keep our customers on the latest version as frequent as we decide to be. So that's really impressive to see that we as an industry have made that change over these years.
Just to build on this point a little bit more, how has XD adapted to meet the diverse organizations' cloud preferences, especially when there are so many options out there, from the public cloud to private cloud, and then you have on-premises. So how has SLB ensured that this journey is seamless and supported the broader goals for organizations when it comes to their digital transformation journey?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question as well. Thanks for raising that. So the deployment landscape can be very or quite so complex, right? And with complexity comes cost. So we have to be very careful on how we kind of manage this as an industry. We of course understand the constraints that our customers are facing in some cases, right? When it comes to connectivity, data residency, security, these are all things that need to be taken into account to shape the right solution. Now, in some cases, we can overcome this by having cloud services that are transitional, right? For example, our on-demand reservoir simulation service is a service that can be used, but you're moving data to cloud and then it comes back again in your own environment. And those are solutions that make it quite easy to deploy in various scenarios. Now, the XD version, as we discussed, is a version that is integrating with Lumi and integrating with Delfi. And those are cloud solutions, right? So it's important that we are setting up a journey where cloud is in the picture, but it can be the cloud, the environment where you as a customer are actually controlling the desktop environment. And that is a variation that is very important for many of our big customers where they are having their own management of desktop environment. And we want to make sure that we can deliver an XD service inside such a setting that is more customer controlled as alternative to a full SaaS solution that we also offer. And this is something that we are actively working on. So the XD version will allow us to deploy in customer IT cloud environments. And we will be working very closely with IT departments from the customer or from a hosting provider or system integrator that then allows us to bring a good service to the end users and make sure that the total landscape is simple enough and manageable enough to make sure that the cost stays sound, right? So it is critical that we work together with our customers on this and with our hosting and system integrating partners, and also make sure that whatever we build together and design together, it is future ready, it's future proof. Because the workflows will change, right? We will have more AI coming in. We will have agentic workflows that will be entering the industry. And we need to make sure that whatever we design the solution to be, that there's a path also for the future value that will come to us.
I would like to zoom out a little bit and build on your point regarding the future, right? So more organizations are embracing the cloud right now. So how do you see XD's offerings expanding to meet their future needs, and what can we expect on the horizon?
So, no, thank you for that question. And it's always very interesting to look ahead and see where the industry is going from where we are, and also take an example of what is happening around us. And it's very clear that AI is a central player and a central enabler for many of the new workflows that we can imagine there. It has already helped us accelerating current workflows, but I feel that it's going to be an even more impactful use when we are moving into agentic workflows. And this is an area that we are actively chasing in many aspects. We are building the infrastructure, of course, to support them, but also design the workflows in subsurface drilling and production to start to really utilize the agentic behavior that is also very successful in other industries. So this is super exciting to look ahead. But what I also want to say is that our users and our workflows are today in the applications that they're using every day. So it's super important that we are integrating the current state, the current work, very tightly with these new workflows that are coming around the corner. Because we cannot introduce big change management. We need to do it in a smart way. We need to introduce it in a way that delivers value, as I mentioned earlier, at each step that we take. And only then we can make sure that new technologies are embraced quickly, that we are benefiting from everything that we have learned already in our existing applications and landscape, and that we take the data and the context of the data and the decisions in and with us into these agentic workflows. And I really feel that is the sweet spot to make sure that whatever we introduce for new, disruptive, creative, exciting workflows, it actually reaches the end user and makes their work better and more efficient and more joyful. And I think that's going to be key, because we are not here to chase technology. We are here to make technology relevant for the workflows of the end users today and bring value to the customers that are embracing that. So this is where I think technology is going to be an enabler. And it is very nice and very exciting to see that other industries are leading the way. And I'm 100% sure that in the coming years, we will see a high impact of those workflows augmenting and helping us being even more efficient and more insightful than ever before.
Edo, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. It was great speaking to you. Thank you everyone for listening. Just a quick recap on today's discussion. The SLB XD products are not just domain products on the cloud. They're strategic enablers for the energy industry's digital transformation. By meeting organizations exactly where they are on their digital transformation journey, XD empowers companies to embrace the cloud at their own pace. It's an exciting time, and it is clear that these technologies are not just supporting the transformation, they are driving it. For more industry insights and developments, head to energyconnects.com and follow us on social media for more. Until next time, goodbye.